everyone, happy Monday. I am going to attempt to paint this little guy. There are so many different ways that this can be painted, so many different ways that some of my painting buddies have painted it. I got this from a paint retreat that we had with Erica Wallace with Wallace House Designs. This is her design, but I'm going to do something a little different with it. Most of the girls, when we did it, and I did another one too, but they painted, you can see that it's laser cut, and they painted each little section something different. One of them put snowmen and gingerbread men. They painted it green, different colors of green. And, oh, they were just all so cute. But I don't have time to do that on a live, and I am trying so hard to get ready for the craft show. So I'm trying to do things quick. So I'm going to try something that I saw. I've just base coated it with I just watered down some burnt umber and took a baby wipe and just wiped it on there just to give it something for the paint to hold. And then I did the same thing on the back, just so the back would be, I usually, if I'm going to be selling it, I usually put something on I usually do a clear coat or usually stain it or paint. I don't know, but I always do something to kind of finish the back of it. I've already done the star on it. I did it in primary yellow and then just dry brushed some white in there, and then let's see, I used deep ochre to shade it in. So I already did that just to kind of get some things going here. So say hello when you come on. I am Pam Savage, owner of Young at Heart Creations, and I love to paint, love to teach to paint, and I love going to craft shows and things like that to see everybody's creations. So let me get you pulled up over here so I can see what we're talking about. I'm not sure why. Sometimes it just comes right up, and sometimes you just have to search for it. Okay, great. All right, so when you come on, please say hello or hi or something. There's Rosie. Okay, so we know we're in business. All right, so I'm going to try using just a round brush. And again, I just kind of stained this with a watered down burnt umber. So I'm going to leave this the way it is, the trunk of the tree, because it looks like a trunk already with that stain. We will probably put some snow down here, but I'm going to try this. This is going to be one of those flipper flops. So I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to be brave and try it with y'all because you're my best, kindest critics and encouragers, and so I'm not that nervous. Hi, Roxy. You're at your granddaughter's ball game, so I will watch replay. Okay, well, have fun at that ball game. Hope she wins. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to bring you down here, and I don't typically go live on Mondays, but I'm trying to, while I'm doing so much painting, trying to go live with you. And I've got my palette ready with some, let's see, Deco Art Black Forest Green, Hauser Medium Green, and some white. And I've got a Royal and Lang Nickel number 9 round brush. And I think this will be the right size. So I'm just going to load it up with a little bit of all of it. And may come back and do the white. I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. It's kind of big, so I'll try to keep it in camera. And I'll have to do a lot of loading. So I'm just making little swoops. Kind of like little comma strokes. That one got a little lighter. Depends on how you load your brush. So I'm going to try to go, I want most of the brown underneath covered, so I may just get a base coat here. And I'll come up over the next little section because we'll come over it with the next row. Okay, so now I'm going to do some just some little comma strokes. And I'm going to try not to be too perfectionist with it. I'm going to let that dry just a little bit, and then we're going to come back and put some white on it. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. Start up here first. And again, this is just kind of trial and error for me. You could do it all one color, come back and do the next color, but that would take forever. And I'll go around with a black marker and do the edges, so I'm not real concerned if I get some on the edges. Okay, let's put a little more dark here. This is one of those I'm going to have to trust the process. Right now I'm thinking, okay, what was I thinking doing this live before I had tried it? But you know, it is what it is. It's real. And then I'll kind of come out this way with the next one, and I want to just go right over that trunk a little bit. I don't think it will take super long going ahead and mixing the colors. You know, acrylics just love, love, love layers. We had our new back door put in yesterday, and they came back today to paint it all around it. So we've had to have the door open while it's drying so it doesn't stick. So I've been chasing flies. Okay, so these I kind of want to go maybe this way a little bit. So we'll kind of use that as the dividing line. I confirmed today that I will be doing the craft show. I was kind of hesitant because I'm so far behind, but I thought, you know, I'm just going to take what I've got, and it is what it is. Okay, so I'm coming back while this is still wet over here and adding some of that Hauser medium. I think it was medium, it might have been light. No, it's light. Hauser light green. And then we're going to come back in a minute and add some white on there. I'm trying not to really think about it. I'm just doing a bunch of comma strokes. And I thought if some of the brown does show through, that's okay. It'll just look like bark, like the tree trunk. Okay, well, we've almost got the first row done. With the greens anyway, with our basing. I could also come down. I could start up here or this way and come down. Either way, just whatever your hand is most comfortable with. Then we're going to put some lights on it, and that'll brighten it up. Everybody got a big week planned? We have had the contractors here doing that door. So I've had to be up early. And then we'll keep Jack tomorrow, so we'll have to go down there. I usually get up about 4:45 to get ready to go down there to keep him. Okay, so there's the first row of the green. Very quick. Okay, now let's go ahead and start on the next row. We'll let that dry just a little bit. Thanks for all the hearts. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Jan. I can't get in to watch you live. Sorry. You mean you can't? Okay, I am live right now. So if you're commenting on the live. So I'm not sure. Okay, you finally got in. Okay, great. So I'm just kind of trying something, trying to get a little bit brave here. I've not done this, but just trying to make it look like a tree. Okay, so we're going to go out this way on this one. Some more of that dark green base in there. And I'm trying not to overthink it. I'm just going right up to the next level. And by the time I finish this one, I think we can add some white in there to maybe look like a snow effect. It's what's in my mind anyway. All right, let me make sure I'm in camera here. Could even have put a little medium green in there to give it another layer. But I think this is gonna do okay. I'm doing those little cutting boards that I got from Walmart last year. I've got those all base coated and ready to go on my table. I'm doing Santas on some of those. So when I finish this live, I'm gonna fix supper for Mr. Pam and then get busy on getting those started. Then Wednesday, I've got a bunch of dental work I've got to have done. Yuck. So I'm not sure what I'll feel like Wednesday. I've got to teach Wednesday evening. I teach the 2-year-olds, so I may still be numb. We'll see how the little songs go. Okay, trying to get those laser lines. Well, this is a very loose painting for me, and y'all know I'm not a loose painter. So way out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying to grow. Okay, I want a little more dark in that one. that light green on this dark green almost looks yellow, but it's not. Okay, I gotta move on to the next section. Hi, Diana. I'm experimenting, Diana. I'm not sure what it's gonna look like, but I'm just going for it. I'm just adding both greens, the Black Forest green and the medium green at the same time. And I'm using a number 9 Royal Lane Nickel round brush. Okay, and then I want to kind of come this opposite direction. So I'm getting braver and braver painting with y'all. Have any of you ever had a project you were painting, you were working on, and when you got done, you just absolutely hated it? It just didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to turn out? I mean, we all have those, I think, if we're honest. This may be one of those. I don't know. We'll see. We don't know. We're just going to go for it. I was telling David at lunch that what I was going to do. He said, "You mean you're not going to practice it first?" I said, "Nope. I'm just going to go for it. And we'll see what we get." Sometimes those turn out to be your best pieces. When you don't think about it. Thank you, Tammy. You just don't think about it. You just go for it. Okay, I moved my light a little bit. I'm having a hard time seeing there. Let's put a little more of that lighter green in there. Okay, now I'm trying to decide, do I want to add some white in with this, or just come back and do some white along the bow, in between each bow, to make it look like snow. I'm trying to purposely go over that one, the one right under it, to make it look like the branches are just hanging over. Okay, I'm gonna have to wash my brush out a little bit. It's starting to get out up into that ferrule, and I don't want that. Let's get a little more paint out here. So I'm trying really hard not to go purchase something else to paint. I'm trying to paint what's already in my stash. So y'all may see me painting a few things I've already painted live with you before. Maybe I'll do them in a little bit different way. I'm trying to finish up that stash and not go buy new stuff, which is hard to do. So easy to go into Hobby Lobby or somewhere and, oh, I've got to have that. I just need it so bad. No, I don't. I barely have room for what I've got. So I've got to get what I've got painted. This may be a wild tree. Okay, so actually I went the wrong way on those. Let's kind of make them go back the right way. This side goes out, that to the left. This one needs to go out to the right. Need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Maybe the wind's blowing and they're going all different directions. I think I would rather have, I don't want to really say that and jinx it, but rather have like a minor regular surgery than dental work. I just don't like dental work. They have a hard time numbing me. It takes forever to get me numb. And then I have trouble breathing. But you know, I always come through it just fine. I'm looking at this upside down too, so that may be a little bit of the anxiety. There, so I've got them going this way. This row I was doing it all the same directions, so I've got the tree kind of coming out. It's a little knot hole right there. Okay, I've been thinking about putting an online course together, but not your typical course where we paint a project. So I kind of want your feedback, and I may post something later. It will have to be after the craft show, but like a 2 or 3 day, just a technique where we do some shading, we do some lining, we do, I show you some tips and some tricks, how to use some different brushes. And we would just practice on like, we would just do it on like poster board. So you wouldn't have to have a piece really to paint on because we wouldn't be doing a project. So what would you think about it? Hi, Cindy. What would you think about it? Just a technique, 2 or 3 day, maybe only a 2-day little online course. Now this is about a 21 inch. I don't know, I'd have to measure. So this is a pretty big one. So if you did a smaller tree, it wouldn't take you near, you know, as long to do it. So it's really a fast little project. But again, we'll see what we what we end up with. Since I don't really know what I'm doing, I'm just seeing what we end up with. I think I had 5 of these. A couple of them I covered with Christmas fabric. I just covered the whole tree part with fabric. And they turned out really cute. They sold pretty quick in the craft show. I've got our paint party, I guess you call it a party, with our youth girls this Sunday. So I'm anxious about that. And no 2 rows are looking exactly the same. Adding a little more green, that darker green down here around edges. And then just kind of blending it in. But since I did it on those, I need to go around and do it on these. Just kind of blend it in. Kind of looking like a jungle right now. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, y'all. Okay, added just a little bit of water to my brush because this is getting pretty dry. Mr. Pam's out mowing. I waited till he got finished with the front yard because it was really loud. He's in the backyard now, but I don't think we'll be able to hear him in the backyard. Bless his heart, he has been working so hard on that patio. He's so ready to be done with it, but it's looking really nice. I'm very proud of him. Proud of him and thankful for him. It would have cost us quite a bit if we'd have had it done. Okay, let me turn it around and kind of look, see what I got here. Okay, not too shabby. Kind of soften that up just a little. And I need to do some down here. I think that putting that dark green on the edges just kind of separates them a little bit, each row. So Gina says she thinks that's a good idea. Hi, Susie Bourne. So we might just do that. Okay, I hear Mr. Pan with the blower blowing everything off, so might get noisy, or he might come over here and do like he did last time and make a goofy face in the window and wave. Scared me to death. Okay, I'm gonna turn this light off for just a second so I can see what I'm doing. And then we'll get it back on. Okay, that's what we've got so far. Put a little more of that lighter green in there. Okay, well, it's going faster than what I thought it would. I'm adding a little bit more of that light green in some of the places where it dried a little dark. Okay, I'm going to move up to the next row. Grab some more paint. Clean my brush out. Starting to get up in that ferrule and losing its shape. Okay, so I'm just starting out with the green, the dark green, a little bit of that light green on it. Do mostly dark right down here at the edge to make it look like it's overlapping. See a couple of spots of mist. Okay, now let's come back in with that green and dark green and light green both. So, are you a loose painter? Hi, Marie. And Becca, if you're there. So are you a loose painter or are you, they call a tight painter, precise painter? I'm typically a precise painter, so this is way out of my comfort zone. Uh-oh, got some of that green on the star. Can't have a green star. I first decided, or thought I was going to just go ahead and add white in while I was doing this, but I didn't do that, so I'm going to have to go back and add some white. So I need to decide how I'm going to do that. So Marie, we were just talking about, has anybody ever done a piece and you just wanted to throw it in the trash when you got done? And be honest. I think we've all done that, or either painted over it, you know, but it's just paint. That's what's nice about it. If it doesn't turn out, you can always start over. I plan on putting just some different lights, light colors for lights on here. Okay, so we're almost to the top row. We've got 2 more to go. And don't forget, if you haven't already, if you're a newbie and you like what you're seeing, maybe you picked the wrong die because I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. But hit that follow button. I would appreciate that if you haven't already. I'm at 1,830. So I got several new ones. Several new followers in the last 3 weeks, so thank you very much. I'm determined to get to that 2,000 mark, and when I do, I'll get to give out some happy mail. And if you would sprinkle out this video or any of my videos that you watch, that definitely helps us to grow our pages. Darn, back in there. Gotta go, Miss Pam. I need to cut out several door hangers. Okay, all right. Thank you, Gina. Be safe while you're cutting. Wish I was there cutting with you. Sounds like fun. I haven't cut anything out in a very long time because of the move, and Mr. Pam was cutting stuff out for me. We just don't have everything set up yet out in the garage to cut. Once we get that garage sale done and all that stuff out of there, it'll be much better. Okay, I don't know if I'm happy that I'm getting up here to the end or if I'm more nervous because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it once I get up here. When we did these at the retreat, y'all, there were just so many different cute ways that they were done, and I've done 3 or 4 of them since then, every one of them a different way. It's just a fun little piece. Not little. Let me measure it. Let me see how long it is. It is 22 inches. So it's a big one. And you know, I might get done with this and decide, hey, I want it. I like it. You just never know. Just got to be brave and go for it. And I'm going back over a little bit of it, just where it dried really dark. Okay, last one here. Hello, Miss Becca. Thanks, Susie, for sprinkling. I appreciate that so much. So Marie says she's trashed things for sure, but now looking back, I regret something I'm trying to teach Becca. Don't rip up or throw away things you don't like. Learn and grow from them. Yes, definitely. Very few things have I scrapped. If it was just something that just absolutely could not be fixed, I would hang on to it for a while to remind me when I finally did learn what to do, how to do whatever it was I was trying to do. I would look back at it and think, okay, look how far I've come. I watched Jennifer, I never can remember her last name. And right now my mind's going blank with the name of her page, her business. But she just mixes colors and just throws stuff on there, and you think, what in the world? You know, that is going to be, what? And then it always turns out so pretty. She is amazing to watch. She just has a knack for it. I'm going to take a little brush in a minute and go right under that star because I don't want to get green paint on it. Probably should have waited till last to paint it, but okay, a little more yellow. Okay, let's grab a little brush here. And then I'll blend it in. And you'll never know the difference. I first put that light green on and ooh, too much, but then it blends in. Okay, so glance at it a minute. And do I want to just streak some white in? Or do I want to do some white along the bowels? All right, and I'm gonna make an executive decision here. Okay, what do you think about doing where it's dark green, just above the dark green? Do a little bit of snow, or would you streak in the snow? How would you do it? So what do you think? I'm gonna get a drink while you're thinking, and I just shook it and splashed it all over me. Okay, let me look at it right side up. Well, it doesn't look too bad. It does look like a tree. All right, let me get an old brush. Thought I had one out, but I don't. So let me grab one to put the snow on. That's way too hard. Okay, I thought I had one laid out, but guess I didn't. I need to go through all my brushes and really work on reorganizing them since we moved. Let's see what this one does. Snow where dark. Okay, that's what Miss Peggy says. So I'm going for it. Let me get my other. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it back around. And we'll start down here at the bottom. I'm nervous. I'm not going to put a lot. I just want like the effect of some snow. And leave some of that dark showing. Okay, what do you think? So I'm just using the laser lines as my guide. And just over here, real easy because you just go on the edges. I'll go just up the sides just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead, so it will be drying. I'm going to go ahead and put some down here at the base. Get a little bit bigger brush to do that. You could even paint some gifts down here, but I'm just going to leave it like that. And then we're going to put the lights on it. And I'm just going to do primary colors. Yay! Thanks y'all for your help. Isn't that funny? I've been painting for, oh goodness, almost 40 years. 30, about 33 years. And I still get nervous about some things. That I try to do, but you know, if you stop learning and you just stay within your comfort zone, you don't know what you might be missing. You could also splatter it with white, but I think we're just going to leave it like this since I'm going to be putting the lights on it. I'm ready to put my Christmas tree up already. I got a look when I said that. Mr. Fan was like, nah, don't think so. But for the first time ever, well, first time in 38 years, because at the old house, to make room for the tree, we always had to move David's recliner across the room, and it was in just an odd place for him to watch TV. He would have to kind of turn sideways, and he couldn't put an end table there for his to set his tea or coffee on. So this year, we do not have to move his recliner. I will have to move a chair, but it's not his recliner, and he is so excited. We've always put lights up in our little trees back at the old house. Well, the tree here in the front yard is probably, I don't know, 30-something feet tall. And I said, how are you going to get lights in that tree? He said, I'm not. I said, oh, come on. So I doubt I will have lights in the tree. I might have them around the base. But I'll have them everywhere else, on our shrubs and the back fence. I said, get ready, because they're going to be lights all over the back fence and on the eaves of the house. Not sure how he's going to do that yet. But you'll know from pictures from previous years at the old house, I always did the ones on the ground all around the flower beds and then all the way around our house. It took me always a full day just to get the lights on the ground in. And if I would skip a year, the neighbors would go, where are your lights? You know, it's just not Christmas without your house lit up. And they would, the newbies would always call and go, okay, who does your lights? And go, well, we do them. We can't move for the next 2 or 3 days after we do them, but we do them. Okay, so there's the snow, and that was really fast. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dry that because I don't want to smear it. I'm going to go ahead and put some little, just some little highlights on the star. White just fades in. Once it dries. I think that's probably already dry down there, but just to be sure, this may not be. Now the next dilemma is what size lights. And I'm just going to randomly place them on there. I'm not going to do it like a string of lights. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way. And let's go with... Okay, I'm first going to do them in white to get a base for them. So I'm thinking, I think that size will work. So I'm just going to get it on there. And I know we'll want one up here. Let's see, we might do one every other. wasn't every other. I didn't skip that one. So and we might put one. I'm trying to think, do I want one in every section? Oh, why not? Okay, so I'm done with the white one. And let's dry those. We'll start putting some color on here. Hi, Lois. Thanks, Tammy. It's really hard for me when I paint things to let go of them. I get attached, especially if they have little faces on them, if they're characters. I have a hard time letting go. I'm gonna come up a little more over here. Miss Peggy that's on here, Peggy Wilson, she paints tons of stuff. You must paint from the time you get up until you go to bed at night each day. Now, Marie was at the same retreat when we got these trees. I think that was 3-4 years ago. How long has that been, Marie? 3 years maybe? Or maybe just 2. I don't know. I lose track of time. Okay, I think that's good. Let's start out with... blue. So I'm going to use ultramarine blue. That one hasn't been opened. Let me see if I've got one that's open. Yeah, that's all right. We'll just open it. Maybe. Don't watch that. I just used my teeth. But it worked. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of white. Okay, so let's start with blue. Not even wetting my sponge. This one's got a chunk out of it, so I hope it works. Just notice that. I think it'll be fine. And then I'm going to put a little bit of white on just the top edge of it. Okay, that one's not dry because I just stuck my arm in it, so let me... It's got a little bit of a ridge on it. Okay, so that's how I've got it loaded. Let's see here. Okay, so that gives it a natural highlight. Let's see if I can get that up there. It's too big. All right, let's do it this way. That's the bottom of it that you're seeing. It looks like it's on the bottom, but it's not, it's on the top. Okay, and so we'll put a blue one maybe here. I'm gonna reload. So I'm getting it on, getting it off, and putting that white back in the same spot. And we'll put one down here. But I'm going to reload. And maybe one over here. Okay, so I'm going to lay this to the side because I might need another blue one to balance it out. Let's do some red, and this is Country Red. Getting a different dauber. Same thing, loading it up, getting most of it off. Or not most of it, but just pouncing it off there. And then I'm going to come over here in the white on a different side. I don't want to get any of that blue in it. Okay, I want a little more white. Okay. Okay, so I've got my red on there. I'm going to go over this one again. We'll see. I might have to come up with one more color. Okay, and then I was going to do yellow. I might do some orange if I have. Okay, so I'm going to have to clean one of these I might have another color over there, but let's go ahead and do the yellow and see what it looks like. And this is primary yellow. Sure is brightening it up. Yes, Peggy, this is the one from Erica. I figured you painted all day. Hi, Lois. Put a little more white in there. Okay, I'm trying to think. But nothing's happening. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I add orange? Some orange lights to break it up? Because if I do another color, I'm gonna have them real close together. But you know, I bet I can get away with it. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do, because I don't want to go try to hunt another paint dauber. So we'll just do a yellow one here. We can do, but that would put red. I guess we could do white. All right, let me see what we're gonna do here. Should have left that yellow one alone and did white over it. So we'll dry it, and I think I'm gonna put white over it. Let me dry this dauber out a little bit. A light green one. Well, that would be pretty. Okay, let's go with our, I've got some Irish moss. We'll just go for that. We'll do that. A little bit of yellow in it, but blow some of those bubbles out. All right, good choice, good choice. Thank you, Miss Peggy. I'm gonna dry this yellow and then go over it with the green. I'll go over this one again. Whoops. Had it on my finger and smeared it. Okay, and I think I'm going to go over the red. Again, it's really showing through. That one looks okay. Okay. Step away, Miss Savage. Step away. Okay, and then I think I'll do a little swirly thing. Make sure it's good and dry. That would be cute to put a family name here on the trunk. Or Merry Christmas. You could put names on the ornaments. Okay, so with that liner brush, I'll put some fresh white out. Okay, so I'm just going to go around. Whoa, I nearly dropped it. Just give it a little more shine. Got some red right there I'll have to get off. Must have had it on my hand. May have to get a little bit of alcohol to get it off if it's too dry. Some rubbing alcohol. But let's try a baby wipe and see. If not, I'll come back over it with some green. There's just a couple spots here that okay, that one's gone. Yay. Like it never happened. Okay, and that's not enough to throw that baby wipe away, so I'm going to stick it back in here. All right, I'm going to bring you up. See what you think. Merry and Bright. Okay, so I started this out as a flip or flop tutorial. I think it's a flip. And once I get that glossy spray on it, that will even brighten it some more. So yay. Win, score. All right, ladies, I'm going to go fix Mr. Pam some supper. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I always enjoy y'all. Thank you, Susie, and thanks for all your suggestions. And y'all just feel like a family. You're my painting family. Couldn't do it without you. You give me so much encouragement. So I appreciate it. So I am happy with it. Now I got to figure out how much to price it. That's always my hardest thing because I never want to put much on them and I get in trouble and they go, no, that's not enough. So I go, I know, but I want them to get a good deal. Anyway, so we will go and figure that out. But I got one more item done for the craft show. Yay! And if you are local or within an hour or so, the craft show is November the 9th from 9 to 4 at the Howe High School in Howe, Texas. So November the 9th at the Howe High School in Howe, Texas. It's $2 to get in, and they have usually 50-ish vendors. I'm not sure what they'll have this year, but I will be in one of the corner booths up by the stage. So come say hi if you're there. I met several of you last year, so I would love to meet you, and just be sure and stop by. So that's November the 9th. But I'm going to get off here and go fix some supper. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to put that hashtag replay. And if you watching the replay, and please hit that follow button if you liked what you saw in this tutorial. Wasn't sure if it was going to turn out or not, but I think it did okay. And then sprinkle the video out on your pages, you know, if you can, if you liked what you saw. So I love you guys so much. Oh, ooh, hearts. Okay, there you go. There's my hearts to you. All right, good night, ladies. Bye-bye.